is one half of the most famous siblings in rock, but since his brother Noel walked out on Oasis 3 months ago, Liam Gallagher's been busy working on his clothing label Pretty Green, and today he's been promoting the range at Selfiridges in Manchester.
Hello.
Earlier though, we grabbed a chat with the man himself to show us how a real rock and roll star should dress.
Right, well this is a peacoat, which I like. These are scarves. That's like an old Beatley thing that I got inspired by, like Ringo used to wear them and the Beatles and stuff. Shirt good for school or a funeral or court, and that's the Fool on the Hill jacket, my personal favourite. I'm buzzing off it, man. It's turned out well, man. I mean, I'm not an old-fashioned dude. I just like what I like, you know what I mean? So having to go through that, we just breeze through it. I'm not going to go, yeah, man, this material's from like, you know, wherever, you know what I mean? I don't know where it's from, but it's top, man.
Slip inside the eye of your mind.
Of course, as well as the clothes, the big question is what happens next with Oasis as a band. Liam, as always, gets straight to the point.
Just think he wanted out, man, you know what I mean? To be quite honest, I think he's probably got a batch of songs that he doesn't want his brother singing or whatever, and he wants to go down another road.
Slowly fade away. So I start a revolution from that.
I'm just being honest, you know what I mean? People asking me about what I'm doing, I'm telling them how it is. And I'm telling people asking me about Noel, I'm not going to shut up shop and go, you can't speak about your brother, he's my brother. You know what I mean? And people forget that he's been speaking about me in recent things, and they just think that I'm the one who's blabbing it, you know what I mean? But he's doing his thing, we're doing our thing. I wish him all the best. Don't release it the same day as ours, because we'll have you. And feeling really confident about that, you know what I mean? But I don't wish him any bad. He's my brother, you know what I mean? I love him to death, you know what I mean?
Are you talking with each
No, I've not spoke to him. I didn't really speak to him that much anyway. We didn't really speak that much, you know what I mean? So all this thing about fighting all the time, he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing. We only met on stage, you know what I mean?
I remember when we were have to go and report about it, and no one knew what happened and stuff with the breakup, but it sounds by all accounts like maybe it wasn't as explosive an event back there in that dressing room as the reality.
No, it wasn't. Not in my books, it wasn't. It wasn't. But it obviously wasn't. I just think he wanted out, man, you know what I mean? To be quite honest, I think he's probably got a batch of songs that he doesn't want his brother singing or whatever, and he wants to go down another road, but that's cool, you know what I mean?
Any message for him if we could be like the communication between them?
Who for Noel? Nah, no message, man. Just good luck, mate. See you in the next world, and don't be late.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Do you see a time, I mean, do you almost feel like maybe Noel's thinking we'll go away, do our own thing for one album and then get back together?
Oh, I don't think that's good for the soul, man, all that stuff, you know what I mean? You can't hold people to ransom like that, man. I'm doing pretty great now, and I'm making my own tunes and all that. Whether they're better than Oasis or not, we'll see, won't we? But, you know, you can't just, that's not fair to the fans either, or, you know, you can't mess with people, you know what I mean? Oasis means a lot to people. You can't just start turning it on and off, you know what I mean? I think it's done.
Does Oasis go on, though, with this new music? Is that Oasis?
Well, it's me, and it's Gem, and it's Andy. We've got a new bass player, who's mega. We've got the old drummer, Chris Sharrock. We've got the old keyboard player. We're sort of going through the mill about getting new names. Nothing's sticking. So we've sort of drawn the line on the names at the moment. Obviously, people are always going to go, yeah, it's still Oasis, but it's not Oasis with Noel. So life's too short to be arsing about with what people think and that. I'm always going to be remembered as Liam from Oasis, I suppose, but we'll see what happens, you know what I mean, when the record's done. We're concentrating on the music at the moment.
Not going down the Slade route of Oasis 2?
I'm not doing any of that. It's about Oasis 5 now, isn't it, already? Getting double figures soon. So, no, we'll see, mate, you know what I mean? If we come up with a great name, then I'm proud of doing that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's right, but at the moment the names ain't, it's all getting a bit silly now.
We were in a band a couple of years ago and we had a nightmare coming up with names. Have you got any that you've kind of thrown away?
Oh, I've got plenty. I'm not telling you.
Because you know...
I don't mind, but Oasis is the most ridiculous name anyway, and it's going to show it where all the names that we're coming up with going, nah, that's ridiculous. And we go on and see if anyone else has called it, and there's loads of bands out there with, I think you've got to have a ridiculous name these days. And we don't want it to be too serious, you know what I mean, where it's like a really serious name, you know what I mean? We want a bit of fun with it. Because, you know, there are reports, we don't take ourselves that serious.
Liam's clothing range has been pretty well received by fans here today. It'll be interesting to see how they react to a Noel-free Oasis when they get to try that on for size next year.